Good morning, everyone. This is Ning from Taiwan. Today, I would like to share this paper by WWF Germany, The Quest for Ghost Gear in the German Baltic Sea, a team effort between WWF, diverse fisherfolk, and public authorities. Okay. So before I start this paper, because I attend the first Ghost Gear conference in Norway in November, and at that conference, I heard that the colleague from WWF, Gabriele, she present their result of retrieving ghost gear, and I found it very interesting. So after the meeting, I found their paper, this paper, The Quest for Ghost Gear in the German Baltic Sea. So I think it's a good chance for me to understand it more and share it with you. So this is why I choose this paper today. Okay, so this paper talking about the cooperation between WWF Germany, and they collaborate with regional diverse fisherfolk, the fishermen, and the public authority, the local government, to work together to locate where are the ghost gears. And when they use the side scan sonar technology to find out where the suspect location of the ghost gear, and they send divers to confirm it. Then they use an app developed by WWF Germany, the WWF Ghost Gear app. So divers can check the suspect location of ghost gear on the app and go to confirm if it is ghost gear or other stuff. Then they will settle a retrieve work. So this is what this paper talking about. Here is the Baltic Sea. It's kind of not an inland, but it's kind of like not an open sea. So the tide in this area is very calm. So, and when marine litter enters the Baltic Sea, it's has little chance to go out. But in the past, they don't know the amount entering the Baltic Sea. They estimate that in the early 2000s, when that's the time when the fishing is very abundant. So the estimate ghost gear in the Baltic region is like 150 to 450 tons. And the dominant source of the LLDFG here, especially along the German Baltic waters, are gill nets. So this is the background of this project. And this part I'm a bit confused, because in the content they said the entanglement of species in ALDFG in the Baltic Sea is rare, but there's photos show there's still some animals entangled in the gill net. So you can see the left. If you look the photo closely, you can see the foot of the bird on the net, but the net is like covered with algae and other stuff, so it's not very clear. But at the photo at the right hand side, you can see it's a bird. It's a cormorant. I'm not sure if it's this birds appear in Korea, but it's like quite common in Taiwan. Yeah, so they also find this kind of seabird entangled in the gill net. So they found the ghost gear is a serious issue, and they want to tackle it. And they also review some previous work, which is to retrieve the ghost gear. So in Germany and in Poland, they have done some work to retrieve the ghost gear from the sea bottom. And in USA, in the Puget Sound, there is a company, they have used the side scan sonar technology to find a lot of ghost nets and crab pots and retrieve this kind of ALDFG. And the company and the local NGO have like 25 experience using side scan sonar. And in Norway, in back to 1980s, the Norway government also have put a lot of effort to try to retrieve this ghost gear from the sea. So there are already some previous work regarding the ghost gear, especially how to retrieve them from the sea bottom. And this project, the focus of this project, the first is to ensure the mitigation activities reduce harm to the marine environment. And the second is to engage local divers in the reporting of lost gear and encourage fisherfolk to participate in retrieval actions. And the third is to establish a method that can be used by state authorities for long-term mitigation of the impacts of ALDFG in the marine environment. So I simplified their steps of their project. So the first, they will use side scan sonar to search for the ALDFG at the sea bottom. Then the divers can use this app, the Ghost Gear app, developed by WWF Germany, to verify the suspect location. After they confirmed where are the ghost gears, they will settle a retrieve work. So they will hire a small fishing boat with a crane or a rack, so they can pull the ghost gears or troll nets from the sea. And they also there is also a part to discuss the waste management, but because the ALDFG often covered with a lot of algae or other stuff, so it's very challenging to recycle it. Usually they only put the metal part apart to recycle, but the ALDFG from the sea, they usually send to incineration. Okay, and so the core of this project is use side scan sonar and divers to confirm the suspect location. So the side scan sonar, they use a sonar fish that you can see at the photo. The A photo is like a small rocket shape stuff. So when they put this into the water, and with the software, you can see the image of the sea bottom. But because this sonar technology is used like waves to create the image, so sometimes it may sometimes you need an experienced person to interpret the image. And sometimes even you have experienced people to interpret the image, you still get confused of what's this stuff. So still you need a diver to confirm it if it is a lost gear. And at the photo, you can see by using the side scan sonar, they can create the image of gill net and troll net at sea bottom. And it can also have an exact GPS location for the divers to confirm, because if they don't use the side scan sonar, the divers just search blindly, and it costs a lot of time and human resource. So they found they can use this technology to have a more efficient search work of ALDFG. And this is the technology developed by the Fenn Enterprises. This is a company in USA, and they actually the side scan sonar is like a technology developed for a long time, but this company specialized using this technology to find ALDFG at sea. So if you check their website, you can see they use this kind of technology to search a lot of stuff under the sea. Very interesting. So they can also search for the lost flight and other stuff. And the photo of the left hand side is the crab traps at sea bottom. So in the past 25 years, the Fenn enterprises work with the NGO, the Northwest Straits Foundation, and they have applied this technology in Phuket Sound, this place. And the equipment they use is Marine Sonic Arc Explorer sonar fish. So it's the rocket shape thing you can see at the left-hand side. And when apply this technology, you also need a laptop, a software, and some cable lines to connect the sonar fish and with the boat. And they can create some image, but you need a suitable software to transform the signal into image, and you need a person who is very expertise in this sonar image technology thing to interpret, to create clear image. And the frequency they use is 600 gigahertz, and they deploy the sonar fish 5 meters above the sea floor and with a very slow speed of 3 to 4 knots. And the swath width is 100 meters. So by using sonar, they can efficiently search at the sea bottom. And this is the one place they deploy the sonar, side scan sonar technology in 2019 to 2020. So you can see the map at right-hand side, and the two colors represent a different year. The blue one is 2019 and the red one is 2020. So during these 2 years, they have suspect 326 positions, and they use divers to verify, and 93 verified. Within the 93 verified position, there are 40 is ALDFG. So the success rate is about 43%. And they spent 45 days at sea, and they have searched nearly 6,000 hectares during their search. And so they compile the information of what they have done in different locations. So I use different color of box to separate. So it's three locations, and the red box at bottom is the compile this information together. So we can see that the total sonar area they have scanned for nearly 600 hectares, and it's 45 days at sea. And in total, they have found 549 suspect positions, and they use divers to verify. So it's about 1/3 of them. And within the 176 verification locations, they retrieve 94 of them. So the percentage of ALDFG among verified suspect position is about 52%. And the efficiency is like one day they can search for 130 hectares. Okay, and this is another this is another search. So near this new start area, they spent 3 days of sonar charting, and then they have spent 5 diving days to confirm. And 22 of 49 sonar positions are confirmed as ALDFG. So the success rate is 45%. And they spent 9 recovered days to retrieve these 22 nets with scientific divers. So the authors have spent a lot, some paragraph to compare the sonar technology with the diver search. And about the crew, the sonar needs about like 2 to 3 person on board, and usually it's the captain and the person who can deploy the equipment and use the laptop to create image. But for divers with skipper, you need to hire a vessel with a skipper and at least 3 divers per cruise. And one cruise for sonar is like 4 to 5 hours. For divers is 6 hours. But I think it's a maximum of their work. Usually you cannot work like this long at sea because there is also some other factors like weather or current or other stuff. So I think 6 hours of diving work is like a maximum of the work. And they compare the search efficiency. So for sonar, 1 hectare only like 2 minutes, but for divers with scooter, it takes 25 minutes. So about the search efficiency, the sonar is like 13 or 14 times efficient than the divers. And for like 1 day, how many areas can they search? The sonar can search 130 hectares. For divers is like 14.4 hectares. So it's like maybe 9 or 10 times. And about the cost, divers also cost like much more than the sonar technology. So the authors think even the sonar technology has only like 50% of the success rate, is still worth to invest to use sonar technology to search for ALDFG. So this is the retrieve work. So after the divers confirm the suspect position, they will hire a fishing vessel with a crane or a rack, so they can like pull the nets, the ALDFG from the sea. So you can see the photo here. There is a like a troll net bundle, and they use this small boat to retrieve the fishing nets from the sea. And in the discussion part, they also talk about the challenge of ghost gear in sonar data. And so when talking about the geology where the side sonar can work better, they said that with in the soft seabed habitats, the sonar technology is very limited because when it creates the image, sometimes you cannot tell if it is the landscape, the sea bottom landscape, or it's a net. So you, in this kind of soft seabed, it's much challenging. And the typical depths of fishing grounds in the German Baltic Sea is like 8 to 12 meters. So in their in their sonar search by WWF Germany is usually shallower than 25 meters. But for the US team, the Northwest Straits Foundation and the Fenn Enterprises, who have the 25 experience using side scan sonar to search for ALDFG, they can work until they can work at the depths less than 200 meters. So that's really a big difference. But they also confess that the detection rate will depend on the experience. So for the US team, they have like much more experience and expertise in this side scan sonar technology. So the success rate is like much higher because they have built their knowledge and expertise in this field. Okay, so this is about this paper, and I also want to share like in another place in the USA, they also use this sonar technology to find lost crab traps. So I will talk it very quickly to share this case. And this is also the case I heard in the conference in Norway. So I like look for more information and I compile it. So I would like to share it with you. So this is the case in the Chesapeake Bay in the USA. The location is at the east side of the USA. It's like you can see the red circle there. So that is the Chesapeake Bay. And at that area, it's famous for the blue crab. So you can see the crab at the right-hand side. And the revenue is like 80 to 100 million US dollars. So it's like a very important fish industry in the USA. And the fishermen here, they deployed 600,000 traps each year, but the loss rate is like 12 to 20%. So each year they lost like 72,000 to 120,000 traps per year. So it's a huge number. And like 15 or 16 years ago, so the scientists here, they use sonar. So you can see the photo app of the left bottom. There is a small yellow thing. It's also a sonar fish. So back to like 15 or 16 years ago, when they use sonar, I think to do other tasks, they found there is like small square stuff at the sea bottom, and at first they are very curious. Oh, what are these things? Then they realize, they are the crab traps. So they think, we can use this technology to locate the lost trap things, since the blue crab is an important economic source of this region. And the lost traps at sea still catch a lot of blue crabs. So if we don't remove these traps from the sea, it's also damage the fishing industry. So they start to use this sonar technology to do a pilot study in 2005 to 2006. So at this York River estuary, they use sonar to scan about 33.5 square kilometer. And you can see a lot of red spots at the map at the right-hand side. That's the place they scanned. And because from December to March, you cannot fish during this season. So that means the traps they found is illegal or it's lost before before this season. And after their search, they found 635 to 676 trapped in this region. And a lot of they also found a lot of animals in the traps. So the traps actually still fishing. So they conclude that the average ALDFG in this region is like 20 traps in per 1 square kilometer. And they found 27 of 33 traps still fishing. So that means a lot. And so in 2009, they work with watermen. The waterman means fishermen in their slang. So they work with watermen because from December to March, these fishermen, they get rest. They don't have to go out for fishing. So they subsidize these fishermen with 1 day $300. So to subsidize their human power and fuel. So these watermen go out to use sonar to find where are the lost traps. And because these fishermen are the ones who catch crabs in this area, so they know the best where the traps are lost. So after their search, they also use a hook to retrieve the traps. So in total, they have retrieved 8,600, more than 8,600 traps, a lot of traps, and also nets and 1 baby trawler. And the task for fishermen is use the sonar to scan the sea bottom and locate where it is, and use a hook to retrieve the crab traps. And the work depth is less than 10 meters, and it's like a muddy sea bottom. So the visibility is very bad. So they found they can use sonar to work in this kind of environment. And so with their successful cases, this technology and this program has adapted by NOAA, and NOAA would like to expand this kind of technology to other places in USA, because a lot of places in USA also use crab traps a lot. So they want to expand the technology to other places in the USA. And I found it's like inspiring stories for us. And so I would like to share these 2 cases that I heard in the conference I went in Norway. So that's my that's all. That's what I would like to share today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. At first, I have to apologize. I'm sorry. Apologize you. I didn't introduce you for the presenter. I misunderstood when you say when you said when I start. I misunderstood when do I stop to sharing my screen, and I thought you will share your screen again. I'm sorry. And today, Ms. Yening presented a paper titled "The Quest for a Ghost Gear in German Baltic Sea." It's about retrieval of ALDFG with skin sonar technique and divers. If you have any questions and comments for the paper, feel free to speak your opinion. The floor is yours.
Too many. Yening.
Yes, hello.
Actually, OSEAN is now conducting a research project to improve Korea government's submerged debris retrieval system.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm very happy to hear about this paper, but I've already checked this paper to prepare the project. First of all, the retrieval of submerged marine debris in Korea is a huge governmental project, and it is industrialized already.
Oh, already, really?
Yeah, so Korea government spends millions of dollars
Wow.
for the project, and we have so many companies
Mm-hmm.
conducting this kind of the side scan sonar survey, and many countries are conducting retrieval project for the company in ports and some marine protected area.
Mm-hmm.
So now Ocean is reviewing the system, and we are preparing the suggestions for the improvement of that system now.
Mm-hmm.
So the outline of the survey and retrieval is similar, but one thing we are worrying about is Korean companies are using some kind of a heavy hook to retrieve the fishing gear or other marine debris from the sea bottom. So I think we can improve that part with the lesson from this kind of study. So you can use some kind of a scientific diving team to retrieve marine debris while not impacting the underwater marine environment. And one thing I'm wondering is the practicability of an app. They use the Ghost Diver app, but in fields in Korea, the survey company employ divers when they conducting side scan sonar survey. So just after side scan sonar survey, they deploy divers to check the variability and other distribution of some of the marine debris in their survey site. So the verification by divers should be conducted simultaneously or just after the side scan sonar. The using app is for kind of
recreational divers.
Recreational divers or some other to provide other opportunity for divers to participate in verification. But in actual
practice,
practice, the verification should be conducted just after side scan sonar. So it's like in Korea, like it's industrialized situation. The app should be developed for the companies who are conducting that kind of project. So I will propose Korea government to apply this kind of approach, but to reduce the gap, time gap, and the spatial gap between side scan sonar and divers verification.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because even I think even you have done the side scan sonar, the nets or ghost gear or other stuff at the sea bottom still maybe change their locations by current or by other factors, by bad weather. So yes, I agree that when you have done the scanning, you should deploy the divers immediately or soon after. I think they developed the app is just like an engagement tool to engage divers, but I I doubt like how many divers will I doubt it's like how it works, because usually they scan the area they scan maybe is more like a fishing ground than the diving area. So how can the diving team like go out at sea to see if there is like a lost fishing gears? I think it's might be not so practical. I'm not sure about this part, because the what they share is mainly focused on the sonar part, but they didn't mention much about the app.
Thank you, Jose. Any other questions from outside or from Ocean staff?
Hi, this is Lincoln from Tangaroa Blue Foundation in Australia. I just wanted to comment on what you were saying about having the divers go and verify immediately. And I was wondering if you thought that the reason they weren't doing that might be because if they can scan a lot of area, you said 130 hectares in a day, without having to stop and verify, maybe they can identify so-called hot spots where there might be a lot of gear in a smaller area, so they could verify a bunch of them rather than going, stopping the sonar, going down, verifying or not verifying, and having that stop-start process. So I wonder if maybe that was why they tried to cover as much area as possible. And I agree they should do the verification pretty soon after, but maybe it's more efficient to identify those hotspots where they can verify a lot in one smaller area. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Yeah, I think the 130 hectares is like they do the sonars whole day, so they don't do other verification. And I think the needs for the boat is also different, because for the sonar you can just hire a very small boat, because you only need 2 or 3 person on board, and the sonar fish is also very small. But for the diving team, you have like a space for they to prepare the equipment, the diving stuff. So you need like a bigger boat. So I think it's also the cost is also different, and the preparation is also different. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation, Yanning, and active discussion with other people. I have 3 things to say. The first one is let's see together the picture of side scan sonar in the paper. Number, Yanning, would you
Yes, wait.
figure
This?
figure 2?
Yeah.
Yes. In this paper, they mentioned about the resolution of side scan sonar, and the image, the number B, C look like a rope holding gear gillets. So we have to be careful to understand the image.
Yes.
Though the resolution of sonar is very, very high, it cannot detect the very thin and almost transparent gillet. So it looks like ropes. The second thing I want to say is the authors mentioned, I think the authors seem to presume all the ghost gears are only lost, not by dumped or not by abandonment, not intended dumping. Intended dumping is not considered in this paper. Maybe it is different from other countries like Korea. In our questionnaire surveys, 30% of fishermen answered ALDFG caused by accidental loss. The other percentage, like 70%, can be originated by dumping or abandoning these gears.
Yeah.
I think that is to think about in this paper. And the third is about the diverse participation to verify the location of the gears. It's similar to our Aquanites activity, which detects location of fishing gears or discarded marine debris, and also report the cases of ecosystem damage or substrate habitat destroy or entanglement. Like Ning says, volunteer participation of Aquanites divers are very, very limited. So we experienced 2 years about this kind of things. So some kind of incentives or other tools to encourage the divers' participation will be necessary.
Yeah, about the image, I can feedback more. So actually, Jason and I look into this side scan sonar image about 2 years ago. So our German friend introduced Gabriel is the woman, the lady at the right hand side, and Gabriel also introduced a person in Hong Kong WWF. So Hong Kong WWF also want to use this sonar technology to find ghost gears at their seas. But after we talk to their team, we realize it's very difficult for like an NGO to do this if you don't have support from the government or like specialized marine technology company, because they say they follow the instruction by the paper and they bought a sonar, but they said how to set the frequency of the sonar, it takes a lot of time to adjust. And when they go out at sea, because the environment, the sea bottom environment varies a lot. So you need a specialized person to adjust the frequency and other factors of the sonar system. And besides, you also need a specialized person who can interpret the information from the sonar. So the sonar will not create the image you like at this presentation. You need a specific software, and you need to set like a lot of factors, numbers to have the clearest and the image from those information, and that also needs a lot of experience. So what they say is, oh, you can try, but we found it's very challenging, and you need a lot of time to learn how to set all those technology. But for the case I heard in the Chesapeake Bay, the scientists say it's easy for the fishermen to learn and to use the sonar to find the crab trapped. So what they say, like there's a big gap between these two people. So I don't know how, like, is it worth to invest in Taiwan's water? Will it cost a lot? Yeah, that's what I don't know for now.
Thank you, Ning.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions or opinions about this?
To answer your question about the cost of the side scan sonar, the difference between the Chesapeake Bay and the Puget Sound, not that exact, but in Chesapeake Bay, they applied some cheaper.
Very cheap, very cheap
very
sonar.
cheap and fisherman friendly.
Yes.
Simple equipment like side imaging, not side scan sonar.
Different.
Most of fishers can easily buy and use it, so the cost was comparably low in Chesapeake Bay case.
Yes.
Thank you for the information. Other questions and opinions? Then I have three questions, three opinions. In this paper, they with the side scan sonar, they can detect less than 1 centimeter in this paper. I was realized they mentioned not 10 centimeter, 1 centimeter maybe. So it's true.
It should be long enough.
Long enough.
Yeah.
Like Sonny said, when I saw the figure
image.
2.
Yes.
Yeah, in this paper they mentioned about they can detect less than 1 centimeter. So that is less than 1 centimeter, and this is gillet. I was wondering, like Sonny said. So so if they detect the line like 1 centimeter or less than 1 centimeter in diameter, they need a skilled person to detect and realize what is this. Then interpretation for the image. So the author mentioned the cost. I thought they should add the skilled cost to hire skilled person. Then the cost will be high. But I think they didn't include the cost to hire skilled person to use the skin sonar technology. And last thing, in table 1, they with the side skin sonar, they suspected 549 positions, and verified position is 176, and they calculated with this number 176 and 94. Successful percentage is 52. It mentioned they detected ALDFG from 176 verified positions. So with this calculation, the successful rate is high. But from the first, let's think about from the first, they detected 549. Then if they calculate with 549 and 94, the rate is very low.
Yes.
They have to think about this, I think. Then side scan sonar is very successful. Can I say like that? I thought.
Yeah, I understand.
No.
For your first question, like they didn't calculate the experienced person. That I can answer you. So you saw these two ladies, Andrea and Gabriele. They are the two who took training from the Fenn enterprises. So I think on Fenn's enterprises, the website of Fenn's enterprises, there is a blog story talking about German WWF has spent like maybe 2% and to go to USA to learn how to deploy the sonar system and how to settle all this stuff. So I think they don't hire other people, but they send their colleagues to learn how to do this. Yeah, but I think you are right that when considering they are like more than 500, like 550 suspect position, but in the finally they only retrieve 94. It's about less than 20%, right? Yeah.
And one more mention from me. With this paper, I was impressed. They think they considered the habitat economic impact of this search with side-scan sonar and other retrieval, but frankly, in my country, I think the authority didn't consider the habitat construction. I mean the damage.
You mean the government? The government.
Jose said we spend a lot of money to the retrieval of the ALDFT or submerged debris, but we thought they didn't
think about the habitat, the impact to the habitat.
So, I thought I was impressed from this paper. They thought about the impact from the first. When they developed this project, they think about that thing and the management of the retrieval debris. They mentioned in this paper, so it was impressed.
Yeah.
I want to add one thing following Jongsu's comment. They said the frequency of sonar is outside the hearing range of marine.
Yes, I saw this line.
He did not provide the reference. Can we say the frequency is outside of hearing range of marine mammal? We have to check.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more thing to remind us. I found good sentence in the later part of the paper. Let me read the sentence.
Okay.
The key to success is to the reporting of loss positions by fishers, which requires that fishers are not discouraged by possible economic consequences of reporting of their own and other fishers' lost gear encountered at sea. I think it is very important part of this paper. Yes. Always we recommend the volunteer reporting of fishermen about lost gears, but basically we have to give baseline. The reporting cannot be any economic loss or any damage to the fishermen in terms of money or in terms of their fame, something like that. Is it?
Thank you for your opinion. And I think we have discussion enough. Let's wrap up the seminar. Before stopping the wrapping up the seminar, I'll announce the next seminar will be held in 5th of March, and maybe Jason will present.
Yeah, I heard he said he can present. 5th of March, right?
Okay, we'll check. I'll talk out with Jason and let you know.
Okay.
Send you the paper. Thank you for the participation. in this seminar, and see you next month. Thank you. Bye-bye.